Today, we delve into the secrets that hinder our ability to manifest our deepest desires. In the vast expanse of the universe, mysteries abound, and among them lies the enigma of manifestation. To understand this phenomenon, we must explore the teachings of Neville Goddard, a beacon of wisdom in the realm of manifestation. At its core, manifestation hinges on the power of belief, a force that transcends time, space, and physical action. Neville teaches us that our beliefs shape our reality, acting as the architects of our destiny. Now let's dive deeper into the first secret that gets in the way of our manifestation: doubt. Doubt is like a heavy cloud that blocks the sunlight, making it hard for the seeds of our desires to grow. When we doubt our ability to make our dreams come true, we put up barriers that stop the energy of manifestation from flowing freely. Doubt is the opposite of belief. When we doubt ourselves, we shake the foundation of our confidence and sabotage our own efforts. It's like trying to build a house on shaky ground. No matter how hard we work, it's bound to collapse. When we doubt, we send mixed signals to the universe. On one hand, we're asking for what we want, but on the other hand, we're saying, "I don't really believe it's possible." This creates confusion in the energy field and makes it difficult for our desires to manifest. Doubt often stems from past experiences where things didn't turn out the way we wanted them to. Maybe we tried to manifest something before and it didn't work out, or perhaps we've been told that our dreams are unrealistic or impossible. These negative experiences can leave us feeling disheartened and doubtful of our own abilities. But Neville Goddard teaches us that doubt is just a trick of the mind. It's like a mirage in the desert. It looks real from a distance, but when we get closer, we realize it's just an illusion. Doubt only has power over us if we allow it to. To overcome doubt, we must first acknowledge it and shine a light on it. We can start by examining where our doubts come from and questioning their validity. Are they based on facts or just fear? Once we understand the root cause of our doubts, we can begin to challenge them and replace them with more empowering beliefs. One powerful way to overcome doubt is through visualization. By imagining ourselves achieving our goals and living our dreams, we can create a new reality in our minds that aligns with our desires. We can visualize ourselves succeeding, feeling confident, and believing in our own abilities. Affirmations can also be a valuable tool for overcoming doubt. By repeating positive statements about ourselves and our abilities, we can reprogram our minds to focus on what we want rather than what we fear. We can remind ourselves that we are capable, worthy, and deserving of success. Neville often talks about faith and its importance in the process of manifestation. He reminds us that faith is the key that unlocks the door to our desires. When we have unwavering faith in the fulfillment of our desires, we align ourselves with the universal flow of abundance, paving the way for manifestation to occur effortlessly. But what exactly is faith? Faith is the deep, unshakable belief that what we desire is already ours. It's knowing, without a shadow of a doubt, that our dreams are on their way to us, even if we can't see them yet. Faith is like planting a seed in the ground. We may not see it sprout right away, but we trust that it's growing beneath the surface, ready to bloom when the time is right. Having faith means trusting in the power of the universe to deliver our desires to us in the perfect way and at the perfect time. It means letting go of doubt and fear and surrendering to the divine flow of life. When we have faith, we release the need to control everything and instead allow things to unfold naturally. Neville teaches us that faith is not just a passive belief, it's an active force that shapes our reality. When we have faith, we send out powerful vibrations into the universe, drawing our desires to us like a magnet. Our faith acts as a beacon, guiding our desires to us with ease and grace. But how do we cultivate faith? Neville suggests that one way to strengthen our faith is through the practice of visualization. Visualization involves imagining ourselves already in possession of our desires and feeling the emotions associated with them. When we visualize our desires with clarity and intensity, we strengthen our faith and make it easier for them to manifest. Another way to cultivate faith is through affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that reinforce our belief in the fulfillment of our desires. When we repeat affirmations regularly, we reprogram our subconscious mind to align with our faith, making it easier for manifestation to occur. Gratitude is also a powerful tool for strengthening faith. When we focus on what we're grateful for, we shift our attention away from lack and onto abundance. Gratitude reminds us of all the blessings in our lives and helps us to trust that more good things are on their way to us. Let's take a closer look at the second secret that stands in the way of our manifestation: fear. Fear is a strong feeling that can make us freeze up, stopping us from doing what we need to do to make our dreams come true. It comes from not trusting the universe and thinking that there isn't enough good stuff to go around. Fear can grip us tightly, making it hard to move forward. It's like being stuck in quicksand, feeling like we're sinking deeper and deeper with every step we take. When we're afraid, it's tough to see the path ahead clearly. We might doubt ourselves and our abilities, thinking that we're not good enough or that we'll never succeed. This fear often comes from a belief in scarcity and limitation. We worry that there isn't enough success, love, or happiness to go around, so we cling tightly to what we have and hesitate to reach for more. We're afraid to take risks or step out of our comfort zones because we're scared of losing what little we already have. But Neville Goddard teaches us that fear is just an illusion. It's like a shadow that seems big and scary until we shine a light on it and see that it's nothing but a trick of the mind. Fear only has power over us if we let it. When we choose to face our fears head-on and take action despite them, we reclaim our power and open ourselves up to infinite possibilities. To overcome fear, we must first acknowledge it and shine a light on it. We can start by identifying the specific fears that are holding us back and examining where they come from. Are we afraid of failure, rejection, or the unknown? Once we understand our fears, we can begin to challenge them and replace them with more empowering beliefs. One powerful way to overcome fear is through visualization. By imagining ourselves facing our fears and emerging victorious, we can reprogram our minds to see fear as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. We can visualize ourselves confidently taking action towards our goals, knowing that we have the strength and courage to overcome any obstacle. Affirmations can also be a valuable tool for overcoming fear. By repeating positive statements about ourselves and our abilities, we can rewire our brains to focus on our strengths rather than our weaknesses. We can remind ourselves that we are capable, worthy, and deserving of success, no matter what challenges may arise. Ultimately, overcoming fear is about taking action in spite of it. It's about stepping out of our comfort zones and embracing the unknown with courage and confidence. When we refuse to let fear hold us back, we open ourselves up to a world of endless possibilities and opportunities. Neville often talks about fear and how it can block us from manifesting our desires. He says that fear is the opposite of love, and where there is fear, there can be no manifestation. This means that when we're afraid, we're not in alignment with the energy of creation, we're in resistance to it. Fear can take many forms. It might be fear of failure, fear of success, fear of rejection, or fear of the unknown. Whatever form it takes, fear holds us back and keeps us stuck in our comfort zone. It prevents us from taking risks and stepping into our true potential. To overcome fear, Neville teaches us that we must cultivate a deep sense of trust in the universe. We must believe that the universe is always working in our favor and that everything is happening for our highest good, even if we can't see it at the time. Trusting in the universe doesn't mean that we never experience fear. It means that we don't let fear control us. We acknowledge our fears, but we don't let them dictate our actions. Instead, we surrender to the divine flow of life and trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Surrendering to the divine flow of life means letting go of the need to control everything. It means releasing our grip on the reins and allowing things to happen naturally. When we surrender, we align ourselves with the energy of creation, and manifestation becomes effortless. One way to cultivate trust and surrender is through the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment and accepting things as they are, without judgment or resistance. When we're mindful, we're able to observe our fears without getting caught up in them. We can see them for what they are, just thoughts and emotions, and let them pass without clinging to them. Another way to overcome fear is through the practice of gratitude. When we focus on what we're grateful for, we shift our attention away from our fears and onto the abundance that surrounds us. Gratitude reminds us of all the good things in our lives and helps us to see that we have everything we need to be happy and fulfilled. Let's explore further into the third secret that hinders our ability to manifest: attachment. Attachment occurs when we cling tightly to specific outcomes, believing that our happiness and fulfillment depend solely on their realization. This attachment creates resistance, forming a barrier that obstructs the flow of manifestation. Attachment is like holding onto a balloon's string so tightly that it cannot float freely into the sky. In the same way, when we become attached to certain outcomes, we restrict the natural flow of manifestation energy. We grasp onto our desires with such fervor that we inadvertently block their manifestation. This attachment often stems from a deep-seated belief that our worth and joy are tied to the attainment of our desires. We convince ourselves that only when we achieve what we desire will we truly be happy and fulfilled. This belief creates a sense of urgency and desperation, further fueling our attachment. Imagine a gardener who desperately clings to the seedlings in their garden, fearing that if they let go, the plants will wither and die. Similarly, when we become attached to specific outcomes, we fear that if we loosen our grip, our desires will slip through our fingers and remain unfulfilled. However, Neville Goddard teaches us that true manifestation arises from a place of detachment. Detachment does not mean indifference or apathy towards our desires, but rather a sense of surrender and trust in the universe. It is about letting go of the need to control every aspect of our lives and allowing the universe to work its magic. When we release our attachment to specific outcomes, we create space for manifestation to unfold in unexpected and miraculous ways. We open ourselves up to infinite possibilities, trusting that the universe knows what is best for us and will deliver our desires in divine timing. Detachment is like planting seeds in a garden and trusting that they will grow and flourish without needing constant supervision. It is about relinquishing our need to micromanage the manifestation process and instead allowing it to unfold naturally. To cultivate detachment, we must first become aware of our attachment patterns. We can start by examining our beliefs and thought patterns surrounding our desires. Are we clinging to specific outcomes out of fear or insecurity? Are we convinced that our happiness hinges on the fulfillment of our desires? Once we identify our attachments, we can begin to release them with love and compassion. We can practice letting go of the need for our desires to manifest in a specific way or timeframe, trusting that the universe has our best interests at heart. Visualization and affirmation can also be powerful tools for cultivating detachment. By visualizing our desires with an open hand, rather than a tight grip, we signal to the universe that we are willing to surrender and trust in its infinite wisdom. Neville often teaches us about the importance of detachment when it comes to manifestation. Detachment means letting go of our desires and trusting in the universe to bring them to us in the right time and in the right way. It's like planting a seed in the ground. Once we've planted it, we don't stand over it and worry about whether it will grow. We trust that it will, and we let nature take its course. When we're attached to specific outcomes, we create resistance that blocks the flow of manifestation energy. It's like trying to swim against the current. No matter how hard we try, we're not going to get very far. Attachment stems from a belief that our happiness and fulfillment are dependent on getting what we want. We think that if we don't get what we desire, we won't be happy. But Neville teaches us that true happiness comes from within, not from external circumstances. When we let go of attachment, we create space for manifestation to unfold in unexpected and miraculous ways. We allow the universe to work its magic, knowing that it always has our best interests at heart. This doesn't mean that we stop working towards our goals or stop taking action altogether. It simply means that we detach from the outcome and trust that everything will work out as it's meant to. Detachment is about surrendering control and allowing things to happen naturally. It's about being open to whatever comes our way and trusting that it's for our highest good. When we're attached to specific outcomes, we limit the possibilities of what can manifest in our lives. But when we let go and trust in the universe, we open ourselves up to a world of endless possibilities and opportunities. Neville often uses the analogy of the gardener to illustrate the concept of detachment. The gardener plants the seed, waters it, and tends to it, but then they must let go and allow nature to take its course. They can't force the seed to grow. They can only create the right conditions for growth to occur. In the same way, we must plant the seeds of our desires, take inspired action, and then let go and trust that the universe will bring our desires to fruition in its own time and in its own way. So, to unlock the secrets of manifestation, we must confront doubt, fear, and attachment head-on. By cultivating unwavering faith, trust, and detachment, we align ourselves with the universal flow of abundance and pave the way for our desires to manifest effortlessly. I hope this exploration of Neville Goddard's teachings has shed light on the hidden barriers to manifestation and empowered you to overcome them. Remember, you hold the key to unlocking the boundless potential of the universe within you. Our thoughts, emotions, dreams, and aspirations are the colors that we use to create this masterpiece, and our inner speech is the brush that guides these colors. The art of right inner speech is a craft that we must all learn and master if we are to make our lives a masterpiece worthy of our highest selves. The fundamental truth is that our internal dialogue profoundly shapes our perception of reality, for it is through our words, internally spoken, that we interpret the world around us. It is through our inner speech that we construct our identities, build our beliefs, and navigate the labyrinth of human existence. If we let our inner speech be tainted by negativity, self-doubt, or fear, our perception of reality becomes distorted and we can become trapped in a world of our own making, a penitentiary of limitation and constraint. Contrarily, when we cultivate right inner speech, when we gently shepherd our thoughts towards positivity, self-belief, and courage, we create an inner environment that nurtures growth, transformation, and freedom. It is the art of shaping our inner speech in a way that empowers us, that encourages us to break the shackles of our limitations and step into the vast expanse of our potential. The world today, unfortunately, is a battlefield marked by conflict, strife, and suffering. The existence of the art of right inner speech is a significant contributor to this sad state of affairs. We live in a world where blood and sweat are expected, where the potential for marvel and wonder is often stifled by the grim realities of life. However, this does not have to be the status quo. The power to change this lies within each of us, in our ability to master the art of right inner speech. The path to this mastery is not easy. It requires vigilance, discipline, and an unyielding commitment to self-improvement. But every journey starts with a single step, and the first step in this journey is to become acutely aware of our inner speech, to listen to the whisperings of our inner voice, to understand the narratives we tell ourselves. Listening is an art in itself, one that demands patience, acceptance, and a willingness to confront the sometimes uncomfortable truths that our inner speech reveals. As we listen, we begin to understand that our inner speech is not an arbitrary string of thoughts, but a mirror that reflects our deepest fears, desires, and beliefs. This understanding is the key to transformation. By changing our inner speech, we can change the narratives that shape our lives. Imagine a world where each one of us has learned to master this art, where our inner speech is filled with words of love, compassion, courage, and resilience. Imagine a world where we no longer need to bleed and sweat, but a world where we marvel at the beauty of existence, where we wonder at the mystery of the cosmos, and where we continually strive to become better versions of ourselves. In this world, limitations are mere illusions, boundaries are constructs to be challenged, and freedom is not a distant dream, but a tangible reality that we live each day. In this world, we are not prisoners of our fears or victims of our circumstances, but architects of our destinies. It is a world filled with promise and potential, a world where each one of us has the power to create our realities, to shape our lives in ways that reflect our highest aspirations. To reach this world, we must recognize and embrace the power of right inner speech. It is a journey that begins within the confines of our minds, but has the potential to take us beyond the stars. It is a journey that requires us to be fearless explorers of our inner universe, to venture into the darkest corners of our minds, to confront our deepest fears, and to challenge our most ingrained beliefs. It is a journey that demands us to be artists of the highest order, to skillfully craft our inner speech in ways that empower, inspire, and liberate us. The art of right inner speech is not just about changing our thoughts. It is about changing our lives. It is about breaking free from the shackles of our limitations and stepping into the limitless expanse of our potential. It is about transforming the battlefield of our world into a playground of possibilities, a sanctuary of marvel and wonder. As we master this art, we become beacons of hope, catalysts of change, and architects of a new world, a world that reflects our highest aspirations and ideals. We become not just dreamers but doers, not just thinkers but creators. We become warriors of light, spreading the power of right inner speech to every corner of our world, inspiring others to embark on this journey of transformation. So, dear creator, I welcome you to join me on this quest to learn the art of right inner speech. When you start meditating regularly, you become an observer of your own thoughts, moods, and behavior. This is called becoming self-aware, and this is really the primary step towards manifestation. When you know your own thought loops and know how they make you feel, you can become vigilant about staying away from those thoughts. Neville Goddard says that the moods you embody create your state of being, and those states then go on to create your reality. And let me tell you that a mood is always triggered by one thought. Just one. A thought comes to your mind, you focus on it, and soon all the neural networks related to that thought get activated in your brain. Then very soon, those thoughts activate some emotions within you, and that is how you get into a mood. When that mood persists over time, it becomes a part of your personality, and your outside world soon starts matching with your inner world of feelings and emotions. That's the complete cycle of manifestation. It doesn't matter if you believe in the law of assumption, the law of attraction, or something else. The basics remain the same. So, this is where self-awareness is super helpful. When you cultivate enough self-awareness, you gain this unique ability to stop a thought just when it is starting to influence your emotions. And the more you will meditate, the better you will get at this. With enough self-awareness and meditation, you can clear the waste from the soil, and then the next step is to prepare the soil for planting your desire. This means that you have to have a fair amount of positive self-concept before you embark on your journey of manifestation. Self-concept is the ideas you hold about yourself deep in your heart and mind. Most of us have a victim identity, and we feel like we are at the mercy of the whims of the universe. This is like giving all our power away to something outside of us. So you need to be careful of what you think about yourself when you are by yourself. If you think those thoughts are negative or compromised, then you work on creating a strong belief in yourself and your path in life. You must understand that you are a very important part of the universe, the whole, the source of energy, and you were created to enjoy the best human experience on planet Earth. All your desires are pointing you towards that potential that you are very capable of attaining, but it all depends on how much you believe in yourself. Start saying good things about yourself and your life. Don't complain about what has happened to you because that's the story of your past. If you keep repeating that story, you will never find solace in the present moment, nor will you have the courage to create a wonderful future for yourself. Positive affirmations are a super helpful tool in strengthening your self-concept. Tell yourself, I am the best. Everything is possible for me. I am blessed in more ways than I can ever imagine. The universe is supporting and guiding me on my life path. A few statements like these, when repeated over time, will change your concept of self for sure. So you can start using them from today. Now comes the part where I need to tell you about the biggest mistake people make in their manifestations. So, they easily get through the parts of becoming self-aware and improving their self-concept. Then the next step is to put the seed of your desire in the fertile soil of the subconscious. This can be done in so many different ways, but visualization is one of the most promising methods. So, you simply have to sit in a quiet place with your eyes closed for a while. You can take a few minutes to connect with your inner self, and just when your mind settles, create a vivid image of your future that shows your desire fulfilled. Since our mind cannot distinguish between the emotions that we create by reacting to outside circumstances and ones created by just our thoughts, we can trick our minds into believing that what we are visualizing is our reality. This is the best way to impress your desire on the layers of your subconscious. But once the desire has been impressed, or the seed has been planted, most of us make the most lethal mistake. We become impatient. This is why I thought of explaining to you the whole process with an analogy you can all relate to. The day you put in the seed is not the day you get the plant. You all know and understand that it is a natural process that takes some time, but this is not the time to question your skills or your luck or to feel impatient. This is the time to let go of the thought that you have planted in the seed and just know that it will grow. It has to. That's the law. But when you start questioning the timing and your own ability to manifest, you start aligning with the negative vibration, and that energy can never lead you to anything fruitful. Instead of obsessing over when your desire will come to fruition, what you can do is work on yourself for the time being. Think good thoughts, listen to happy music, and take inspired action toward your goal if needed. This is just like watering the seed. Your positive attitude and high vibrations will definitely accelerate the process of manifestation. But even if you cannot see any physical results, don't question the process for some time. This is why I always suggest people start with a small desire or manifest something that doesn't matter to them. When you start manifesting small and trivial things, your belief grows in the overall process, and that is when you move on to manifesting bigger things. For the universe, there is nothing big or small. Every wish of yours can be granted, but the problem is that when you are overly attached to a desire, you unintentionally try to control things. Either you try to make the process quick, or you start doubting that it will ever work for you, and you start thinking of worst-case scenarios. This is a complete waste of your time and energy, and you are ruining your manifestation this way. After you have done your part, you have to surrender gracefully. If possible, just keep your desire to yourself, and do not share it with anyone else, because their impatience can grow on you too. They might ask you about your desire again and again, and that might make you feel like it's not here already. So keep the desire a secret if it means so much to you, and keep nurturing it with your positive thoughts and assumptions. They came into existence because someone constructed them in their imagination first, and then tried and tested them. Eventually, they were invented, and now you use them to travel. It wasn't like the thing or situation that you faced in the past could only manifest. Also, the present experience of yours is just your old assumptions manifesting themselves in your present experience. They can be changed. You can do it by imagining the new state of being as a present fact. As I mentioned in the previous paragraphs, imagination is God, and God is the Alpha and Omega. With God, nothing is impossible, not even your specific goal or circumstance. So, why do you think that your specific goal is impossible? Your specific goal is a desire that you have created over time. If you can create a desire, you can definitely achieve it. When you keep on repeating that, it cannot happen for me, or I have been trying to do it for 9 months but I didn't get it. You are experiencing what you are saying. In a manner, you are praying that it is impossible for me. Please don't give me. I want to try and I don't want it. Do you think that life is a machine that operates in a single fashion? If you were single, would you remain single? If you were in love, would you remain in love? Do you think life operates like this? It doesn't work like that. Right. You become happy, sad, miserable, confident, ecstatic, pleasant, jealous, hateful, and joyful. But you don't stay there. Everything changes. You experience something. Then you move on to another experience. Like this, life keeps on flowing. Then why do you think your circumstances are final and cannot be changed? Things change quickly. It happens all the time. Even if you visit memory lane, you will find out that something felt impossible one moment, and the next moment it miraculously became possible. Everything keeps changing, which is why your circumstances do not matter. It makes no difference if your specific person does not balance the relationship. It doesn't matter if they don't make you feel loved. It won't be like that. Once you change how you view yourself, the world will change its views about you. Once you change your concept of yourself from being someone who is mistreated and unworthy to someone who is desirable, wanted, irresistible, and irreplaceable, the world will look at you through those eyes. Your specific person would become your greatest admirer and lover. You would become a drug that they couldn't get enough of. Only if you change the concepts you hold about yourself, you can become it by embodying the state of someone who is irresistible, irreplaceable, and wanted. But how do you do that? You have to live from the state of the wish fulfilled. I know you have heard this term again and again. But what does it mean? Don't worry. I will simplify it for you by giving you some examples. Mind you, you have to live from the end by the conscious application of your imagination. Suppose Stephanie wants to manifest a relationship. Now, living from the state of wish fulfilled would look like that she is already in that relationship. Instead of imagining a person proposing to her, she would imagine the things a couple does. She would cuddle in her imagination, do some special activities, hold her partner's hand, hug, kiss, and bite. Whatever her idea of a relationship is, she would play it out in her mind. It is important to note that her idea of relationship matters because other people will have different ideas, which sometimes won't feel natural to her. Similarly, if there is a person named Sam and he wants to manifest a high-paying job, living from the state would look like that he is already working as a highly paid employee. His imagination must be based on whatever idea Sam has about the high-paying job. Maybe he is working in an office that has great amenities. Maybe he is in the top position at his company. Maybe he is leading his company into big conferences. Maybe he gets to travel a lot because of his high-paying job. Maybe the company gave him a luxury car with a chauffeur. He has to imagine all that would happen after getting the high-paying job. Now, you have to figure out what living from the end looks like for you. It does not matter if you can't feel the state of having it after imagining it once. Many people don't feel it. It does not matter whether you hold that feeling for long enough. You just have to imagine it again and again on a regular basis. You have to make your inner senses familiar with those experiences. You have to do it on a regular basis. You will feel it.